Hello everybody, it's Kevin with Inspiring How You See That, and today we have Brian.
How's it going, guys?
And of course, as you see, we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah,
And
five-finger death punch.
I got the shirt to, represent the skeleton part.
Absolutely. We love five-finger death punch. God, it's been 3-4 times. I've seen him. I think you've seen him even more live.
More than that. Not that I want to brag or anything, but, it's all good.
That's all right.
Looking forward to more, though.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, and they put on one of the best shows ever.
One of the best shows.
I mean, just phenomenal. Like, we had a video before, quite a while ago, where we talked about, the VIP that we had with them. We got to meet the band.
Talked a little bit about the band.
Yeah. I got to hang out with Chris Kael, the bassist, for a bit. Awesome guy. Mm-hmm. Really phenomenal guy.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. I mean, we were right up front, kind of in the pit area right up against the stage.
Well, then, of course, Gavin, my son, loves Five-Finger Death Punch too as well. And, of course, now he's 10, but, he's been a fan since he's,
could talk.
Yeah, could talk. And, he's 3-4 years old. I mean, I've been listening to him for a while, and he's always, the same way. But as Brian said, these guys are all stand-up guys, really nice guys. But I've talked to Ivan many, many times before even. I've met Ivan several times before he even went to shows. Just a stand-up guy, and I really like Ivan because he kind of tells it how it is. But he's a great stand-up guy. He's been through a lot of stuff, and I support him in that. And the same thing with Chris. And these guys are both two great guys, very personable when you go up and talk to them after the show. But like Brian said, getting back on the show, it's phenomenal.
It's intense.
And I just like the energy and the fan base, and you guys out there, that subscribe to us. And if you're new, make sure you do subscribe to us. But all the fans for Five Finger, and just like they've said many times when they're up on stage, and that's what makes them. But it's great because when you're out there in the audience, the fans, they don't look at you as, oh, hey, I don't know who you are.
Exactly.
They're all...
It's like a family feeling.
Yeah, they're all... It's almost like a family-style, concert, but we're all different. There could be... We talked about it in a couple of videos where, there may be this guy over here, he's got wild, crazy hair, and tattoos. I mean, you look at me, I don't have tattoos or anything like that, but I like tattoos. I love it. They're cool. It's just... we don't judge by the covers. I mean, that person... next to you could be the coolest and most supportive person, whether it be a guy, girl,
And we found that a lot at Five Finger Death Punch shows. I mean, we've made friends there. It's been awesome.
Yeah, and, it's a great overall atmosphere.
Yep.
I love it, and I love the, there's not much you can, it's kind of, your words just kind of stop because you don't know what to say. It just blows your mind.
The energy is it's absolutely intense. I mean, like, you were talking about Ivan, and what I like about him, one of the things is he's got a phenomenal voice. Mm-hmm. Like, people, because they think of Five Finger Death Punch, they think, and rightfully so, I get it, the very heavy, kind of bringing it in your face stuff, and they're well known for that. But he can also sing melodically, and it's incredible. I mean, Remember Everything. I'm trying to think of some of the other songs.
Well, I like it when he literally. And
I refuse.
I'm not going to butcher his... I'm not going to try to sing it. I'm not a singer by any means. But when he comes in real raspy, and kind of growls, but then then it just goes into like a regular, song style. Yep. And it just carries.
He's got a great voice.
Yeah, he can sing
incredible.
Anything.
Yeah. And that's everything that they've done. And, it's funny, we kind of talked about this a little bit before. They get kind of a bad rap. People call them a cover band. And it's like, first of all, that's ridiculous. Because they have a ton of original stuff that is phenomenal.
People are just ruthless. And I don't even think, we don't need to talk about those bad things. But yeah.
But the covers they do are incredible. Like Gone Away, which was The Offspring. House of the Rising Sun.
I mean,
it's unreal.
I'm not... and Brian talks about it because he's more of a cover guy, but I also really appreciate the covers when there's a band out there like Five Finger that can take it, and they take it to a new level.
They make it their own.
And they did that to every one of them. Yep. There isn't one where I'm like, oh man, that's terrible.
Exactly.
Why did you do that?
Exactly.
And there are a lot of bands out there, you know, that I've just been like, man, that's just should have stayed as it was, or you should have done something different. But Five Finger always does such a great job.
Yeah.
And you know, it's you know, some of it just gets you kind of speechless. I mean, you don't know what the words to say about it.
My introduction to them actually was their cover of Bad Company. That's the first time I ever heard Five Finger Death Punch. And I think it was on XM Radio, and I'm like, "The heck is this?" I'm like, "This is awesome." I'd never heard. So I had to check for
several
years. I know. I came into late to the show.
Jeez.
Came in late, but they did just actually release their newest album, F8, so Fate, last year in 2020. Fantastic album. They did a cool thing, which I think now a lot of bands are starting to do, where they'd release like 1 or 2 songs here. And then a month later, they'd release 1 or 2 songs leading up to the album coming out. And I really like that because it really kind of whets your appetite for that new album.
I liked it too because it was at a time of need for a lot of people to listen to some good music, especially heavy metal music. Because, you know, I mean, whether it be slow or heavy, I mean, heavy metal music can also be soothing to people that are just having a bad day or having a hard time, and you just want to just jam out.
Exactly.
And you know, and they did it right. And I like a lot of their videos that they put to them too. They're very, very good videos. And we'll put, you know, some of that in the YouTube feed. But yeah, definitely. Many of you probably already heard of Five Finger, but if you have not, of course, subscribe to them, check them out. You know, give them a chance. Check, you know, listen to the wording, listen to, you know, the heart that goes into their music because it's there. Yeah.
And I think one of the things that I love best about them is they're not afraid to tackle very difficult, heavy subjects. And more than anything, their support for the U.S. military is, you know, above reproach. I mean, they have consistently supported our military, our police, those who serve us. Five Finger Death Punch is always in their corner, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, and, you know, I've, you know, even been on, we're on a lot of their platforms too, and I know Chris does, every one of the members too have their little separate parts too, and I know Chris has done some things, you know, with the
Zoltan,
his guitars, you know, where he donates so much, and, you know, to certain military. I know he's done some other things on Instagram, but we'll have that on there for you guys to check out, and definitely go through and, you know, join them on Instagram, Facebook, wherever they're at, you know, YouTube, Spotify, all those areas. There's so many of them anymore, I can't even count.
And as always, I mean, like this video, you know, give us a thumbs up if you like it, and leave a comment what you think of Five Finger Death Punch. What's your favorite song by them? You know, maybe
the best experience. I mean,
if you've been to a show or met them, or, you know, tell us about it. We'd love to hear that.
I think there was a part where I remember one show where Chris had brought one of the fans on stage, one of the young girls, I think, or something, and they went up there, and I always appreciate it too, and I know they couldn't do it at the last venue they were at, but I always appreciate it, you know, how Ivan brings the kids on, and I know my son was actually at that show too, and, you know, and he was, of course, disappointed because the venue wouldn't let him do that, but you know, it's always cool to see though, and the interaction, and, you know, and it's great.
Again, it goes back to that family atmosphere.
Yep, and I can't wait to, you know, go back out and have all of us go, my son, my wife, and we'll check them all out again, and, you know, and hopefully get to meet them again and talk to them. It's definitely enjoying, and, you know, alleviate some of that work stress crap and stuff that's going on. So we appreciate that, guys, and we can't wait to, you know, see some of your other videos, maybe some of the newer stuff that you're probably working on now, and I think there's hopefully another album coming out in, you know, 2022 or maybe the end of this year. I don't know.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be sweet.
Absolutely. So, again, as always, thanks for stopping by. We love you guys. God bless. And rock on.
See you next time.